Join us on Geek Blood, the show you can't ignore. Ray and Kevin diving deep into all things galore. Comic book, movie, sci-fi, and action thrill. Reviewing new TV shows, we keep it real. Reminiscing the Attitude Era, wrestling at its peak. Nostalgia from the 80s and 90s, memories we seek. Pineapples for our rings, a unique touch. Geek culture in our blood, we love it so much. Geek Blood forever, we love it so much. Geek Blood, where we talk about it all, from superheroes to wrestlers. We stand tall, Ray and Kevin, the dynamic duo in sight. Geek Blood, shining bright, shining bright. Did you hear about Pluto? Let's mess up right. Geek Blood, taking you on a nostalgia flight. From movies to TV, we cover it all. Join us every week, we'll have a ball. Shuffle.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not too much.
Nice.
Too much. Technical difficulties leading into 2 weeks off. It's always happens. But welcome everyone to episode 208. Got a lot to talk about. We missed a couple of sports items we're going to talk about. Bunch of movies, TV shows began. First, beginning of the month, let's cross our fingers and do a show and tell. So many geeky things that we could pull off from the shelf. We've been collecting shit for years and now we're whipping it out. So it's time to showcase all the money that we wasted well. C'est la vie, say the old folks. It's Geek Web Show and Tell. I will go first.
Okay.
If you remember back,
You might want to show
about
off your
a
background
year,
while you do this.
Yeah, about a year ago. Where is the freaking? I may not be able to because for some reason it's not showing up. But about a year ago, I announced that the Death of Superman Absolute Edition was coming out.
Oh yes.
The direct market edition, where you had to go to the comic book store and actually pick it up. And it's a giant coffin. Well, I pre-ordered it, and it came earlier last month. I have not opened it yet. I was gonna get some pictures of it, but it's awesome. It's huge too, and
it pained me to cancel the pre-order. I was just like, I can't just right after Christmas. I was like, I can't justify that. I just spent too much on Christmas gifts.
Yeah, it's heavy, it's huge, and it's an awesome display piece.
Nice.
It goes right next to my my Superman history or whatever the hell, the big huge book I have. It's about the same size.
Nice.
But yeah, it's good. It's awesome. I can't wait to open it. I haven't opened the shrink wrap on it yet, but comes with the Absolute Edition special slipcase. It comes with all the extras that came with the Death of Superman back in 1993. Reprinted, and it comes with that magazine, the Newsday Week magazine, whatever it was, the Death of Superman. That's pretty cool.
Sweet.
Oh, it's heavy as hell.
Yeah, it looks it. So I really didn't know what to show today. So in the process of me redoing my room, I decided to buy some disc plates.
Oh yeah, cool. That's cool. Nice.
Have you ever gone to their website?
I have. I've never bought anything from them though.
I'll let you know how this works out. I got 6 of them, but there's only 3 I'm showing. I mean,
that's Superman. Cool. Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And
Oh, that's cool. I like
Daredevil.
that.
Yeah, my other ones are I got another Back to the Future one because I'm turning one corner of my room into a Back to the Future corner since I have so much merch from that movie. And so I got another Back to the Future one that's more like the regular movie poster. And I got a James Bond one and something else. I can't remember what the other one is.
Nice.
But I'll be
Nice,
hopefully
nice,
doing
nice.
that this weekend. It'll give me a project. Keep me busy. I gotta
Nice.
fucking clean this room. It's disgusting. I gotta organize
Yeah, I
comics.
always-
I gotta organize my shelves.
I gotta organize my comics too. It's the stacks of comics staring at me, ready to be organized in my drawers. But yeah, I haven't bought anything on display. I always see some great stuff on there, but
Yeah.
number one, they can be pricey.
They
Number
can be,
two, they're very limited. Like I see one, and all of a sudden it's sold out, and it's only been on there for like a week. They sell out, and they don't reprint.
Yeah. I mean,
so that's cool.
Something like Back to the Future, there's plenty of because it's an older thing, but like new stuff gets sold out really quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a cool little site. Hopefully they work out and stick to the walls correctly.
Yeah, I know they're magnetic
Yep.
mounted too. That's really cool. First up, Royal Rumble 2 weeks ago. Was expecting so much more from this Royal Rumble. And
I remember
it was
these
a
matches were
disappointment.
fun. Yeah.
It was a disappointment. Roman Reigns won the men's Royal Rumble. Braun Breaker, who was my favorite going in, didn't even make it into the match. And that was a horrible writing decision.
And apparently, like 3 days before that, they had him winning the Rumble, and they changed it at the last minute.
Yep.
So
something happened, and from what I hear, he had a hernia,
Mhm.
got hernia surgery, so he may be even out for WrestleMania.
that
may be why this all was done.
He re-injured it. Like he had a slight like tear or whatever, slight hernia, and then like the next night on Raw, he flipped the table and actually like hurt it. So he's actually in surgery now.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, so lackluster pay-per-view. AJ Styles' last match was probably the best thing of the night, but even that was Gunther being Gunther. There's nothing new there.
Right.
So we're going into Elimination Chamber. I think it's either next week or the week after.
It's the last Saturday.
And then WrestleMania is like the middle of April again, 2 nights. So we'll talk about that when it comes up. And I believe Dark Side starts next month too. Dark Side of the Ring season 6. So it always leads up to WrestleMania because everybody's excited for wrestling. So yeah, can't wait. But the other big sports thing that happened was the Super Bowl. So let's jump into Teach Ray Sports. This is the theme to Teach Ray Sports. We needed a theme for Teach Ray Sports. I couldn't think of anything that would be original. I stole this instrumental from the Gary Shanley Show. This is the theme to Teach Ray Sports. This is the theme to Teach Ray Sports. Well, how'd that go, Kevin?
Not ideal. I got to DM Chris and ask him if he texted WEI, the local sports station, today because a Rhode Island number texted in and wants to trade up in the draft to get another quarterback already. I love you, Chris. I enjoy going back and forth about Drake May. It's all love. But yeah, bad game all around. We were not in the slightest.
Boring.
It depends.
Game.
If you like defensive matchups, it was fine. But yeah,
Outside
the general
looking
audience
in.
wants scoring. But neither of those teams were going to score a lot either way until garbage time, which ended up happening. But because of the fourth quarter, I did go over on my Drake May passing yards because he had 235 alone in the quarter. So that was good. I hit one out of the 4 things on my parlay, so I still lost the bet. But yeah, we couldn't do anything. I don't know what Josh did. I think his idea was have them make a mistake because clearly Drake was not healthy and he was getting fucking cracked all game. There's a couple things we got to shore up. Will Campbell got to work on your footwork. Granted, he did tear an MCL, so like he probably shouldn't have been playing, to be honest. And yeah, our offensive line just got absolutely fucking destroyed. We got outcoached in every aspect of the game. Again, I don't know what Josh McDaniels was doing there, but I think he was playing it safe because of Drake's shoulder. And then when he was throwing, they just couldn't really link up on passes, any of his receivers. But we're ahead of schedule. I'm happy with the season we had. It was a fun year. looking forward to it next year. Can't believe football's over. I was more sad about that than the actual loss because I got nothing to do on Sundays now except for wait for House of Egg or Game of Egg.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Super Bowl, outside looking in, someone that does not like sports as much, was god awful.
Mm-hmm.
Highlight of the night. I mean, every news article was talking about Bad Bunny, and that was the highlight. No game plays, no nothing. The highlight of the night was Bad Bunny, whether you're left or right.
Right.
And the commercials were lackluster too. First up, it was announced earlier in the week that the Avengers, Spider-Man, and Supergirl trailers were not going to be a part of the Super Bowl. Well, part of that was true. There was no Avengers, there was no Spider-Man trailer. Spider-Man's probably coming in the next couple of weeks because that movie comes out in July. But Robert Downey Jr. did have a Super Bowl party and did post a picture of him and his wife in Super Bowl jerseys and watching the game, Super Bowl Doomsday. For some reason, Marvel, I have a feeling what it was. Marketing for this movie, you're already starting off with a 30-second commercial for $10 million.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel doesn't need to spend that much money for marketing. They get it automatically. Yeah.
Also, there's no direct correlation in the film's success in being shown at the Super Bowl.
No, never has been.
So, I mean, people might say, well, Deadpool and Wolverine, that was going to make $1 billion no matter what.
Yeah, it was.
So why spend, like you say, when they could put it on YouTube and get close to 1 billion people to watch that way for free? They don't need to. It's
and they actually get paid for those views on YouTube too. You're paying for advertising. It's kind of like if you ever hear like Taylor Swift turning down the Super Bowl, they have to pay. Like when Kendrick Lamar was on last year, they have to pay.
Yep.
When Bad Bunny was on this year, you're getting exposed, but you still have to pay out of your own pocket for the production value of whatever is going to be on the Super Bowl. The other thing was on the Puppy Bowl. Not on the Super Bowl. James Gunn, of course, big on animal rescue. They debuted another commercial, another trailer for Supergirl, this time with baby Crypto. Poster's awesome. Trailer was awesome. This is basically the scenes I have on YouTube or TikTok, wherever you're watching this, are basically the scenes of Crypto being found by Kara in Krypton as Krypton's being destroyed. He's kind of wandering around as a lost puppy, and she picks him up. And her father, David Krumholtz, is looking on at her. That's the first look of him as well, Zor-El.
I look forward to the Krypton lore we're going to get in this movie as it gets blown up.
We haven't got that since Snyder. Yeah, so we're gonna get a little bit deeper into maybe bottled cities, which we have never seen in any of these movies. So it's awesome. Getting into the Super Bowl commercials themselves, we did get some trailers. We got a 30-second clip of Super Mario Galaxy. We're going to be getting another trailer. Some new posters came out today. I don't have them on here, but I'll add them to next week. I think we're going to get a trailer this week for that as well. The movie looks awesome. It's definitely nostalgia mixed with a little bit of the new Mario from Wii and Switch. So we'll talk about that when the new trailer comes out. And a whole bunch of other trailers came out as well. We got the Cliff Booth movie coming out with Brad Pitt. Looked awesome.
They didn't even show the
Hoppers. Disney's. It was just like a trailer for.
And they just said like coming soon to Netflix.
We got Hoppers, a new Pixar movie from Disney. Disclosure Day had a 30-second spot. Minions and Monsters. This is a new Minions movie. Had a brand new full trailer that debuted during the Super Bowl. And Ted, because it's on Peacock, they got free marketing for Ted season 2 coming out just in a few weeks. So it looks awesome. Everything you've seen looks
That's
awesome.
the day. That's the day I think I leave for Florida, March 5th.
Yeah, right around that time. We did get a trailer for Mandalorian and Grogu, if you want to call it a trailer. Very disappointing. It was basically a rehash, reimagining of a Budweiser commercial, but with Tauntauns carrying Grogu and Mando with what's his name, Sam Elliott doing the voiceover. But the best trailer we got of the night, a movie I'm very much looking forward to, is Project Hail Mary. The trailer looked awesome. It debuted online during the Super Bowl. Trailer, poster, everything about this movie. Everybody says it's a great story. It's read the book. Don't know anything about it. I'm going to go in blind, but very excited. It comes out next month. Best commercial of the night was the Dunkin's commercial with everybody de-aged from the 90s. You got Jaleel White from Family Matters, Urkel. You got Joey from Friends. You got Ben Affleck, of course. You got what's his name from Seinfeld?
George Costanza.
Jason Alexander, George Costanza. You got Carlton, and you got Tom. You got Tom Brady and Jennifer Aniston looking through the window. The best commercial of the night, and that's really not saying much because there are pretty bad ones too. This is the last year on. Was this AB? No, this is CBS.
NBC. Or was it CBS?
NBC.
NBC.
Yeah, I don't remember. NBC. Next year, Disney the next day had this huge trailer promotion that they're going to be debuting on ESPN next year and Disney Plus, Hulu, and all that. So, big new trailer with all their characters. Had Spider-Man, had Iron Man, had all the animated characters as well. So they're going to be nonstop promotion.
Could see a Marvel trailer here because I feel like they'd be paying, but they'd also be paying themselves.
Free promotion, right? Yeah. Free promotion like next year.
All the Superman promotion last year was basically on TNT and anything that Warner Brothers owned. So, that'd be smart to do it next year. But
because we're going to be probably getting a Disney Plus commercial, probably getting Avengers Secret Wars commercial at that time, depending on if that movie gets pushed back or not. So we'll have to wait and see, but. The reason why we took last week off is Kevin took an impromptu trip to Philadelphia.
Philadelphia
area adjacent. We talk about food all the time. One of the big things we always talk about are Philly cheesesteaks. So we've been kind of talking back and forth of a place down there that you could try to bring stuff back up. And there's this place that we've seen for like a year called Curly's. Outside of Philadelphia, Levittown, somewhere like that.
Yep.
And you stopped on the way back home, grabbed some things, and grabbed us a couple of cheesesteaks, grabbed us some wings, and we're going to talk about it. Looking at the picture of the place itself, it's very diner-like.
Very small.
I like that.
There's like 4
very
tables.
Small. Yep. Looks like an old, like maybe Checkers.
I was going to say, it looks like an old
into a
fast
Curly's
food restaurant.
Yeah. The steak sandwich itself, review. Not a lot of seasoning on the steak. I was expecting a little bit more. Very chewy too. I don't know how yours was, but
mine was fantastic. I had no issues. It was one of the best cheesesteaks I've ever had.
Oh really? Yeah, it wasn't one of mine. Wasn't one of my favorites I've ever had. Very cheesy though. Cheese was good. They used Cooper Sharp. The best thing that I've had from there, and you're probably going to agree, are these fucking wings.
The honey habanero was
the honey habanero.
So they were sweet.
Kevin gave me the rest of his.
They finished, because I ordered a 6-pack, and that's basically what you got for a 6-piece. So I had 2 of
them.
That's
a 6-pack.
And I was going to Massachusetts for the Super Bowl, so I just was like, "Here, take half of it."
Oh my god!
Holy hell, that
fucking
sauce
amazing!
Was good. That sauce was so good.
Wasn't habanero? You're thinking spicy? It wasn't at all. It was very mild.
It was very sweet
tasty
with a little bit of heat to finish it off. It was very good.
Yep. Did you end up getting buffalo too? Did you?
No, I just got that.
The other sauce. Oh, you just got that? I thought you got another one.
No, I just got 6. I got because you wanted 6, and I was like, I'll get 12 and eat 6. Thinking 6 was like 6 tenders.
Right.
So I just got 12 of those.
They loaded it.
Yeah.
Loaded it with wings. It was fucking crazy.
Took me 3
I ordered some sauces. They didn't put them in there. Didn't realize it until they got back here. So I had plain ones. They were okay, but the sauce, the honey habanero was fucking incredible. Overall, first place we're trying on the podcast from actually Philadelphia within 6 hours. Of course, it's not as fresh as when you're going to get it actually at the store. We had to have to warm it up at home. I tried to warm it up in the oven.
Oh, you should have done the air fryer.
Yeah, I should have done that.
That's what I used, and it came out absolutely fucking perfect.
Yeah, I should have done that.
Yeah, I was much better homemade than you were, but very
homemade
good.
Rolls, sesame seed homemade rolls. Very good. Probably a 7.5 out of 10 for me. If we're gonna be doing the old Dave Portnoy rules for rating.
Mine was usually like a 9. The place I had the night before was like a 7.
Yeah, where did you go before?
Tom's.
You went to
Tom's.
Yeah.
They did the there wasn't much meat to bread ratio. A little upsetting, but the steak itself was seasoned really well. and very good. But that steak's a little bit tougher because it wasn't chopped. It was like the steak. What are they like? Medallions, patties, whatever. But yeah,
very awesome, very cool. Kevin's going back down next month. He may be picking up some more. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. Yep. We found one place, but it's kind of out of the way, so we're not sure we're gonna do that or not. But we'll have to wait and see. What we watched quite a bit. Some movies, some TV shows. I did finish Better Call Saul.
Good.
Season 6. Very good. Nacho, great character of this show. R.I.P.
That scene is so awesome.
I think it's episode 7, 8, and 9 are these great story arcs throughout the whole entire thing. I think that's what it was. It's either 6, 7, or 8, or 7, 8, and 9. Episode 7 was the best episode of the series. That's the one where Howard, R.I.P. to him, gets killed by Lalo, who is a fucking menace in this show, played by the guy who plays the swordsman in the MCU. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's great in the show. Very menacing. Episode 8, Point and Shoot. Odenkirk had his heart attack during that episode, so he wasn't in it that much. Yep.
Okay.
While he was filming it. Episode 10, the season takes a turn and becomes a black and white series, showing from that point, from episode 1 to 9 in this last season, you got the past before he meets Walter White, before he meets Jesse Pinkman. You got the past of everything that Jimmy leads up to Saul. At episode 10, it goes black and white, jumps to the future past Walter White's passing when he died at the end of Breaking Bad. And you show him, and where is he in? He's in like Wisconsin. No, where is Saul or this Jimmy? Where did he end up going? He ran away somewhere. Where is in his? I don't remember. He's working in a mall at a Cinnabon.
He's in Nebraska.
Nebraska. Yep, that's where it was. He's working at a Cinnabon. And he meets Carol Burnett, who I knew was a huge fan of the show. She also shows up in Pluribus as well. But she plays a neighbor that kind of knows who he is, or knows him, doesn't know who he is, finds out who he is through this last of the season, and ends up calling the cops on him. Big huge chase out, ends up getting arrested at the end of the series. It goes to jail, goes to prison. Spoiler. Episode 11, I was shocked as a Home Alone fan from the 90s to see fucking Buzz, Macaulay Culkin's brother in Home Alone, show up. And Jesse Pinkman and Walter White show up in that episode as well. And then Walter shows up again in the last episode. Episode 12, he's reunited with Kim on the phone. They talk to each other for the first time.
And Kim is where? Where is Kim located?
Kim is in Florida.
Titusville, Florida, where I go every year.
She's changed her identity. She's kind of changed her life. She's quit being a lawyer. She started working at a sprinkler factory. And episode 13, the finale is called Sal's Gone. And Saul's gone, and Saul is in prison. And Kimberly actually meets him in prison. Tries to defend himself, but realizes that he's got himself so deep in problems throughout the years that,
to be fair, he did knock it down to 7.5 years, which is insane.
He did,
and then he
had the opportunity to be out. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Now he's in there for life. And the last scene you see is him standing in the prison yard, and Kim's walking out of the prison, and they're just kind of just looking at each other as
I love how
she's
they have
leaving.
One last cigarette together too at the trial.
Yeah, that's very cool. Very cool.
I didn't pick up on the first time because, like, when I watched it, I watched the first 2 seasons and then basically waited till like season 4 was on Netflix. So I completely forgot that, like, in the earlier seasons they would have a smoke together all the time. So when I rewatched it this time, I was like, oh shit, picked up on that.
Yeah.
Completely forgot.
And I went back because you mentioned after you watched Saul, watch El Camino. I never watched the whole thing. I watched maybe a half hour of it when it first came out. This is the movie that came out on Netflix back, probably almost 10 years ago.
When it was when season 4 was coming out of Saul, because they filmed it during season 3.
Okay. Saul wasn't in the movie. I was surprised, but this is all Jesse Pinkman's story after Breaking Bad and what happened to him when he escaped, and where he ends up going. Spoiler: he ends up going to Alaska at the end. But you meet a lot of characters from the Breaking Bad universe in this. You meet his 2 friends in the beginning who try to help him out. They take his El Camino that he escaped with, and they trade him another car. And he's being chased by police. He's trying to hide his identity.
Which,
Very cool story.
Which in Saul, they also mentioned that Jesse's
Yep.
car was found near the Mexican border.
Yeah, they mentioned that going to Mexico.
Yep.
Yeah. Very good movie. This is exclusive to Netflix. And does kind
It's
of
good.
finish his story, but he
Mhm.
is still out there in Alaska. I could see this story continuing years from now. Maybe when Saul goes out of prison for good behavior. I could see him and Jesse Pinkman meeting up again in their 50s or 60s. Well, by then, I think Odenkirk will probably be in his 80s. But
Yeah. It was
yeah.
it's a good movie. It's good it ends his story beautifully, just like Saul ends the
Yep.
entire universe kind of beautifully.
Yep.
It's got some like fluff to it.
Yep.
And some like random shit happens to him, like the gunfight.
Yes.
But
that was
yeah,
crazy.
it's very
That was a
enjoyable,
crazy
like,
scene.
hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Fallout season 2. We had a finale. I have not been high on this season. Wasn't really big on the finale as well.
And for reference to one of the Discords I'm in does watch alongs, and I think there were 12 people in it for the premiere, and during the final there was 3.
Okay. Yeah.
During the watch party.
the hype definitely went down on this show. The end of the show, the ghoul Walter Goggins is going to Colorado, and there's hinted at the very, I think it was an after credit scene, that there's going to be this Iron Giant like mecha monster that they've created that's going to be used for all the bad things in this universe. I don't know. I wasn't impressed with this season. I'm not sure how I feel about going into a season 3. I know people love this game, so those people are going to be watching it. But for me, I wasn't thrilled with this season at all. Not like I was with the first season. First season had a lot of great surprises, a lot of great moments.
The people I've talked to that like are in love with these games also are not high on this season.
Okay,
they messed up some of their favorite characters and stuff like that. So
okay, all right, good, because I haven't heard anything about this show. That tells you something. And usually hear a lot of hype. I haven't heard a damn thing about it. So that's the first thing I've heard about anybody talking about it. But a great fucking show.
Jesus
and this
Christ.
is what everybody should be watching. One of the highest rated, this last week's episode was one of the highest rated episodes of any Game of Thrones show.
It's insane.
Episode 4. But A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, episode 3 and 4. Episode 3, which we've been hinting to for a while. Now we get to talk about it because it's happened. But you finally find out who Egg is. He is Aegon,
the
one
unlikely.
of the sons.
Yep.
Aegon the Unlikely. He ends up becoming king. There's actually a person in this jousting area that does premonitions and tells him that you're going to die later on. You're going to die in fire. Spoilers. I'm not going to talk about spoilers. I went ahead and I read about it.
Yes.
So I know how he dies.
Yes.
It's kind of fucking crazy. I hope they do it for the show. So Egg's identity is found. Dunk is fucking pissed that he lied to him. And Dunk is also arrested because the reason why Egg gave his identity up is to save Dunk, because Dunk had tried to save the girl that he likes because she was being attacked by one of the Targaryens.
Yep, Aerion.
Aerion's
basically like this version's Viserys, Dany's brother.
Yeah. Okay.
And Egg is like, and of course the premonition is you'll die in a fire and everyone that knew you will celebrate. And that's because he's basically, when he's on the throne, he tries to give more power to the poor people. And so he's basically Bernie Sanders, and everyone in the great houses are Donald Trump. So everyone fucking hates him.
Episode 4, this past episode, like I mentioned, the trial of 7, because of Dunk doing this stuff in this last episode. The Targaryens put him on a trial. That kid puts him on trial of 7, where he has to find 7 people to fight for him in a jousting tournament. And if he doesn't find the people, then the gods are pretty much saying that people aren't for you, so you're just going to automatically die. By the end of the episode, he finds 6. He finds 6 people, and he's missing 1. And then all of a sudden, the doors come slamming open, and Egg's uncle comes flying around on a horse and says he's going to join the side of Dunk.
The Hand of the King.
The Hand of the King. And that sets out into motion what we're going to be getting next season. And of course, right as this happens, the iconic Game of Thrones
Yes, they finally did it.
music
Yep.
plays in full as the credits roll.
Mhm.
Fucking incredible. I think it's like a 9.7 on IMDb right now.
Something
One of the
like that.
highest rated shows of Game of Thrones in all the episodes. But next week, we're going to be getting this Trial of Seven. We're going to be getting this huge jousting tournament, the penultimate episode. There's only 6 this season. So next week, just a couple days from now, as we're recording on Sunday, we'll talk about it next week. But I cannot wait for the Trial of Seven. It's going to be Dunk trying to become the knight that he is, knight for the people. And I cannot wait to see that.
I feel like this should be the one episode that goes like to 50 minutes, but again, it's gonna be like 32 minutes, which is kind of upsetting because these things, they fly, like they're over in the blink of an eye. But I am having so much fun with it.
Yeah, me
I'm loving
too.
it. I'm not caught up on what we're going to talk about next, so try to keep it spoiler free because I'm going to watch it this weekend.
Okay. Do you want me to talk about a character who left the show and why they left the show?
Sure.
Not really a spoiler, but Brett Goldstein left the show because he's filming Ted Lasso season 4.
Okay.
Yeah, his story arc was finished this last episode, but that's all we're going to talk about.
Okay.
Great series.
Yeah, I love the show.
We talk about it all the time.
Between Super Bowl and everything else going on this week.
It's been a busy week.
Completely forgot. Plus, I'm doing Dexter again.
Dexter.
Did you see my Facebook post about it?
Yeah, I did. I saw you.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for Dexter to return.
Me too.
We were lucky last year. We had 2 seasons of Dexter within 6 months of each other.
And now I can do Resurrection right after. So I'm happy. It's exciting.
Yeah. Yep. Shrinking's on Apple TV. If you want to watch it, it's great. Jason Segel, Harrison Ford, great cast. Another great show. I'm sure you did not watch this, but my God, it was fucking awesome. The Muppet Show returned. Seth Rogen producing it. It had the guest starring role of Sabrina Carpenter, but it wasn't redone for a new audience. It was just like if you watched the Muppet Show back in the 70s or reruns in the 80s like I did, it was the Muppet Show. Nothing changed. It was just like a continuation of the show, which was awesome. The only big difference was the actor who's doing the voice of Kermit sounds weird. It's going to be hard to get used to. But other than that, it was great. And the ratings, it ended up being on ABC the night of. It showed up the morning on Disney Plus, but the night of was on ABC. Ended up getting like 3.1 million viewers that night on ABC, which nowadays is fucking crazy. But a lot of people were saying that this was a pilot. It's pretty much an open door pilot. That if this was a success, that the series was going to be picked up. And a lot of people are saying and loving it and talking about it last week on X and Instagram or wherever they were talking about how awesome it was. So, it looks like we may be getting more. No official word yet, but it was great. And it's very. If you want to watch it, if you love the Muppet Show nostalgia, the Muppets back in the day, it has some secret innuendo, adult humor in it too, like it was back in the 70s. So it's for adults, it's for kids, kind of a mixed audience. So it's kind of cool that way.
I always liked. I wasn't a huge fan of the Muppets per se, but I did love the Muppet Baby Show. Remember that thing back in the day?
I love that show too. Yeah, I love that.
I never really got into the puppet parts, but yeah, I love that cartoon.
Yeah, I love the old school Muppet Show, like especially with like when Luke Skywalker shows up in one of the episodes. It's fucking awesome. It's 70s nostalgia. But yeah, great. This is on Disney Plus, and hopefully just watch it because if more people will watch it, the more that a new season will be made, and I really hope that a new season is made. We watched some movies. We're gonna review them. First one, I watched The Wrecking Crew on Amazon Prime.
I have not seen this yet, but talk about it because I don't feel like the spoilers matter.
No, not really. Dave Bautista, Jason Momoa play brothers. That's the only spoiler, really. Not really a spoiler. They're in Hawaii, and they're trying to find out who killed their father / adopted father. And that's basically what the movie is about. Lots of action, lots of brother on brother humor. They work well together. Jason Momoa it's funny because I just started rewatching Game of Thrones and seeing him 10 years ago in that show after watching this, and just remembering that's where he got his start. But yeah, it's a pretty good movie, probably like a 3.5 out of 5. It's worth watching.
Okay. It's fun.
It's funny,
Good.
lots of action. It was just a fun movie. Yeah,
Good.
Very good. This is on Amazon Prime for free if you want to watch it. Great movie, very good movie. The Housemaid, Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried. I'm not a huge fan of Amanda Seyfried.
See,
but she was great in this.
I've always loved Amanda.
She was great
Ever
in this
since
movie.
Alpha
Great
Dog?
in this movie.
She was great in ever since
Alpha Dog.
I've
Yeah,
loved her.
right. You
She's
got me into that movie too. Sydney Sweeney, America's Sweetheart now, of course, but she's great in this movie as well. And this is going to be the start of a franchise. But basically,
and Batman. You forgot Batman's in it.
Batman supposedly the guy. What's his name?
Brandon Skanar.
Skanar.
Yeah,
Skanar. Yeah,
he is really good in this movie.
Very good in this movie.
It's tough to
Awesome
talk
turns.
about
No
without the
spoilers.
twists.
Yeah.
So no spoilers. But did you see the twist coming?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It was very easy to spot.
I saw the twist coming from a mile away, but the way it played out, I did not see coming, which I enjoyed that aspect. Like, it played out differently than I thought it would have, and it played out much earlier than I thought it would have. But I really enjoyed it. Yeah, good movie. I think I give it
4 out of 5 for me as well.
Yep.
And another movie. It was on my radar. We Bury the Dead. This stars Daisy Ridley, Rey from Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
zombie kind of movie. Not a traditional zombie movie where the zombies bite you and you turn into one. Basically, the premise is the United States sets a bomb off in New Zealand or Tasmania, and the bomb turns everyone, kills them, and then they end up waking up like 4 or 5 days later. And some of them start waking up 4 or 5 days later and turn into these zombie-like creatures. But they don't bite anybody. They're slow. They don't really do any damage to anybody. They're just ghosts of what they used to be. And Daisy Ridley, her husband, was on a work trip there, and she goes over there to do cleanup. But the whole premise is her trying to find her husband. And no spoilers, but I mean, if you want to watch it, just came out. 3.5 out of 5. Not the best movie I've ever seen, not the best zombie thing I've ever seen, but it's a good original story. Not a lot of chasing involved, not a lot of zombie chasing involved, like just zombies chasing somebody, but not too bad, kind of a decent movie. But the last movie we're going to talk about, so much fucking suspense in this movie.
I got one more.
Marty Supreme.
But go for it.
Marty Supreme. Oh, you did see that.
Yes,
we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yes.
Marty Supreme with Timothy Chalamet, done by one of the Safdie brothers, Josh Safdie. And it also had Tyler, the Creator. It had Gwyneth Paltrow. It had Fran Drescher. Weird cast all around. But it's basically, Marty Supreme is based off a true story about a guy who played ping pong back in the 50s, 60s. And was very much a hustler throughout New York City, throughout the world. And Timothy Chalamet played this character perfectly.
Yeah,
a very good movie. Yep, 4.5 out of 5, I think, maybe a 4. Yeah, I'll stick with a 4.5.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stick with a 4.5, but it's very, very good. And I think he should win some awards for it. Yeah, it's probably one of the best movies I've seen with him, particularly in a starring role.
He's always been, to me, very good, but he's never like, everyone calls him like the next Daniel Day-Lewis or like Leo. To me, he still hasn't had, maybe this performance would be that, but he still hasn't had like that performance.
This is the first movie I actually thought that with this performance,
right? Yeah, where I think he has a shot at winning actor. Of course, something like
Dune for sure
into that type of award. But yeah, I thought it was very good.
Yeah, very good. And you saw the Bone Temple. You saw 28 years later. You just added that to the list.
When I was in Philly, we usually try to see a movie because we met by talking about movies, me and my buddy Mark. I won't give too much away. It's very good. If you like the last one, it's a very good continuation of that. And the ending will give you a very big smile and make you look forward to the next one. When's the next one come out? Is it coming out this year or next? I can't remember.
I have no idea, but I already know the spoiler.
Okay, yeah. I'll just let you know when that happens, like you're like, yes, let's fucking go, because it's gonna bring all the entire universe back together, and I am here for it. I can't wait.
Yeah, very cool. We'll
It's
talk
good.
about it when I see
Four
it,
out of
maybe
five.
with
It's 4 out of 5.
spoiler. Awesome. With that being said, let's jump into the news. And it's not a news segment with the trailer on it. I don't have my sound effects today. First trailer for Michael. This came out during the Super Bowl weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Comes out on April 24th. All the posters, all the trailers are saying his story begins. I'm wondering if this is the first part. A lot of people are speculating that as well.
They've been speculating that ever since we found out that they had to cut the filming short because the third act was all fucked up.
And all the trailers was basically just 80s Michael before even Dangerous. It was all bad and it was all thriller Michael. It wasn't anything past that. The Pepsi commercial was in there. The Motown 25 was in there. Thriller, of course, filming Beat It. All that stuff was in the trailer. It looked awesome. Cannot wait for that, and hopefully we'll know more about probably by the time the movie comes out, I'll probably see part 1 or something in the beginning of the credits or something to let you know. But no official word from them. Got a brand new final trailer for Scream. Scream 7 coming out later this month, a couple weeks from now. Nev Campbell starring, of course, in all the posters, some of them nostalgic looking like something out of the 90s. Her and her daughter. Not much to talk about that. Comes out in just a couple weeks. We'll talk about it more then. Brand new trailer for Devil Wears Prada 2. I don't remember much about the first one. Probably gonna go back and watch it because I don't remember anything about it really. Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, Stanley Tucci on the cover of the poster. Brand new trailer for Tales from 85, the Stranger Things animated show. Netflix. I don't know who's doing the voices. I don't know if they came back to do if any of them came back to do their voices, but it is what it is. It looks like the standard animation that's after What If came out. Everybody's been doing it. So yeah. This trailer looked awesome. The drama. Basically what it is Zendaya, Robert Pattinson are going to be married, and Zendaya is keeping a secret. In the trailer, she doesn't say what the secret is, but she's done something in her past that kind of turns her off from her friends, from her fiance, Robert Pattinson. And the movie's probably going to be talking about whatever that secret is. She killed somebody, or that's kind of what they're hinting to. But called The Drama, comes out April 3rd. We'll talk about that later in the year. This trailer looked awesome. I don't even know. It's on Netflix, March 6th, just a couple weeks. Called War Machine, starring Alan Ritchson, where he plays a Navy SEAL, looks like a Navy SEAL type of army member, who goes into a post-apocalyptic world where a big, huge war machine goes after him, like a Terminator-style war machine. And he's being chased down by it. Trailer looked awesome. Don't know anything about it other than that. But it does look really good. We'll talk about that more when it comes out in just a couple weeks. Brand new trailer for a couple of TV shows. Rooster. This is the Ted Lasso, creator for Ted Lasso, Bill Lawrence. He also did Shrinking. This is a new show with Steve Carell. This is going to be on HBO Max just a couple weeks on March 8th. It looks funny. Looks like that type of humor like you get in Ted Lasso, Shrinking, and Bill Lawrence shows.
Yep.
So, yeah. Another show, Young Sherlock. This is a prequel done by Guy Ritchie of the movies when they were younger. It just looks like just a regular Sherlock Holmes story. So it comes out on Prime on March 4th. I might watch that. Another movie or a series coming out on Netflix, never heard of. Executive produced by Steven Spielberg. Kind of reminds me a lot of those National Geographics, like Earth, those documentaries, but it's all about dinosaurs. And they're reimagining how dinosaurs lived on Earth, how they became extinct, and the CGI and the effects in this look incredible. Of course, it's done by Amblin Entertainment with Steven Spielberg as the head of it. So yeah, this looks really good. Comes out on Netflix March 6th, documentary series. I probably will watch that because it looks really good and interesting. Yeah. But the big thing that we're going to be talking about pretty thoroughly is how awesome this Spider Noir trailer fucking was yesterday. Holy shit. Nicolas Cage, number one, born to play this role, as who we found out is going to be Ben Reilly. That's going to be his character. He's not going to be Peter Parker. And there's going to be two ways of watching it. Probably going to start off watching the color, and then towards the end of the week when they air. I know they're all airing at once, aren't they?
Yep,
That's
it's all at once. I'm doing black and white. I love black and white.
I'm going to do both.
So.
I'm going to do both probably before we record the next week. But Spider Noir continuation of the Spider-Verse movie, showing him in the 1930s as this kind of Humphrey Bogart-like character, private investigator. Reminds me a lot of the Maltese Falcon. And yeah, just here's a little sample of what the color black and white's going to look like. And Lamore Morris from New Girl is going to be playing Robbie Robinson, who works for Daily Planet. There's a new woman playing Cat Grant, who is people are speculating she's going to be the Black Cat.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to wait and see. He also Ben Reilly's going to have a assistant working outside of his private investigator office. That's her in the bottom right there. But he does take the mantle of the Spider. Not Spider-Man, but he's going to be called the Spider instead of Spider-Man. Kind of like the Shadow, kind of like the spirit of the old serials of the 1930s. Makes sense. Nicolas Cage says his performance in Spider Noir is 70% Humphrey Bogart and 30% Bugs Bunny. I think the trailer definitely signified that. Let's see where are we at here. Some more pictures, some black and white pictures. Just looks incredible, and they had some web slinging in this. Looked awesome. Just looks really good. It comes out the official date May 27th. 8 episodes. Got some information on the villains of the series. We know pretty much all the villains already. Brendan Gleeson, who was Mad-Eye Moody in Harry Potter, he's going to be playing Silvermane. He is a mob villain from the Spider-Man universe. He's going to be a gangland boss, subject to repeated assassination attempts, and the Spider is going to be all in the middle of it. Jack Houston. Now, I know you watched
Boardwalk
Empire, and I know he's in that. He's going to be playing a version of Flint Marko, Sandman. Here's the characters that showed up in the trailer. Of course, that's Brendan Gleeson. But on the right there on the top, that is Sandman in the trailer. We also get a glimpse of Electro. We also get a glimpse under that of Molten Man, and we get a glimpse of Man Spider. Crazy that we got all these early. I was hoping that we would get some glimpses in the show itself, but they just threw them all in the trailer in random scenes. But the big one that everybody's talking about is, wait a minute, is that fucking Mr. Negative? If you played the Spider-Man game for PS5, Mr. Negative was the main villain of that game, and that very much looks like that could be somebody from the Negative Zone. I'm wondering if they did pull that off in this or not,
or if they're setting it up for a season 2.
Yep, could be. Yeah, but episode 1 comes out on MGM Plus. This is Amazon's version of the streaming service on May 25th, and the whole series on all 8 episodes drop on Amazon Prime on May 27th. We got some other pictures of that as well. Oh no, I don't. I thought I did. Wait for that one. So it looks awesome. Cannot wait. Weekend box office. Send Help for the 2 weeks we were gone was number 1 both weeks.
Good movie.
Made $30 million those 2 weeks combined.
Did I never talk about that? I can't remember. Did I talk about it before we went off last time?
I think you talked about it before.
I think I did
before
too.
We went off.
Okay.
Yeah,
good movie.
You did love it though. Number 2 a couple weeks ago, Iron Lung. You're hearing a lot about that movie. Don't know anything about it. Number 3, the Melania movie. Don't even want to get into it, but that's crazy. Number 2, last weekend, Solo Mayo. This is the movie with Kevin James. If you were watching the Super Bowl and a lot of the following the Super Bowl, you may have seen Kevin James sitting in the stadium of the Super Bowl with a bouquet of flowers, just sitting there looking sad. This is promotion for this movie, Soul Mayo, which was number 2 last weekend. Never even heard of it until like this week when this came out. But yeah, had a couple of deaths, a couple of big ones. One that just happened this week, but last week, rest in peace to Demon Wilson. If you've ever seen Sanford and Son back in the day, he played Lamont. I used to watch the reruns like a lot of people did back in the 80s and 90s, Sanford and Son. Of course, Red Fox has been gone for a very long time, but rest in peace to him. He just passed away this week. But yesterday, the day before, we found out that James Van Der Beek passed away.
Yeah.
Wasn't big in Dawson's Creek, but he was in a lot of he was in a lot of movies that we do love. He was in a lot of Jay and Silent Bob. He was in Strikes Back. He was in Reboot. He's been in a lot of stuff.
Varsity Blues
Varsity
was like
Blues.
one of. I think I saw that movie like 4 times in theaters, which was a lot back then. Considering it came out when we were like high school. That's a great.
I just watched it a couple of years ago for the first time for the podcast. So, yeah, James Van Der Beek, one of those nostalgic, recognizable, going into the millennium faces that everybody knew and recognized.
It's fucking scary. He's only 6 years older than me.
Yep, died of colorectal cancer. Just found out last year about it. 48, 46, 47, 8 years old. I don't know how old he was. But yeah, rest in peace. Rest in peace to James Van Der Beek. A little bit of news on the Paramount, Warner Brothers, Netflix front. Paramount decided to add. This is like somebody's got a brand new girlfriend. Netflix is dating Warner Brothers, and Paramount is pushing to be the new boyfriend
to get back together.
You're not good. You're not good enough. You're not good enough for him. Let me have you. Here's a little bit more money. Here's a little bit more incentive, and that's what they did this week. They offered more to the shareholders, per share. But they also said they'd give them $650 million per quarter if the takeover isn't done by the end of 2026. And they will also pay $2.8 billion in a termination fee if the Netflix deal is not done. They'll pay it to Netflix. And I cannot believe I read this, but Warner Brothers Discovery said its boards will review the latest hostile takeover offer. They're actually going to review it, which includes the new financial commitments. Before it officially accepts the Netflix offer sometime in March or April. I think they said April, but God, I don't know how the hell this is going to turn out. I don't think the government's going to pass either one of them. I think they passed Paramount over Netflix, but fuck.
What a
crazy.
mess. What a
mess. Speaking of mess, Bob Iger is set to step down from Disney before the end of 2026. He already named his replacement, Josh D'Amaro, who is kind of the lead of Disney Experiences, the parks and everything. He's been there since 2020. He's done the cruises, the parks, and consumer products. But yeah, it's going to be picking up sometime this year. I don't know exactly when, but Bob Iger is there to the end of the year, so probably going to be a transition throughout the year to him. But speaking of nostalgia, speaking of things we grew up with, Ninja Turtles officially going to Paramount. They've actually bought the whole rights. Liard Eastman sold his rights a long time ago to Paramount. Liard sold his rights recently. So Paramount's going all in on the Ninja Turtles with a YouTube show. The toy line's going to Mattel, and they're going to be opening Pizza Hut. They're going to be opening pizza restaurants, kind of reminiscent. People are speculating like Chuck E. Cheese, maybe, with characters like the Ninja Turtles walking around in turtle uniforms. There's going to be 3 of them in the United States: Monterey, Santa Monica, California; Monterey, Mexico; and St. Paul, Brazil. Oh, it's not even the United States.
So one in the United States.
One in the United States, but and Mattel. Like I mentioned, doing the toy line, I can't remember who did it before, but it wasn't Mattel. They had them for a long time, the other one. And the other thing that came out of this was we were talking about how awesome the Last Ronin movie would have been if it had not been canceled. And we find out this week that Judith Haug, who played April O'Neil in the first movie, was actually asked to come back in the Last Ronin. So it would have been a continuation of the 1990s Turtles, which is a fucking travesty because the first one was great. So we would have gotten a live action. Actually,
third one wasn't, but yeah, first 2 were good.
Third one was not good, even though it's time travel. But yeah, first one, oh my god, and she was only in the first one too. She didn't come back for the second or third.
Was there April O'Neil in the second one? I haven't seen those movies forever.
Yeah, the second one. Yeah, second one.
Was it a different actress?
Okay. Different actress, but yeah, what we could have gotten. It's kind of sad we didn't get it. Terminator Zero announced today. I love that show. It was canceled after the first season. Animated show. One of the best Terminator things they've ever came out with, but it was canceled nobody was watching it.
It was the the co-writer of the Batman is the one who was the showrunner for that, right?
Okay, yeah. Movie adaptation for a comic book called The Exorcism at 1600 Penn. Blumhouse picked up the story from it. The story follows the president when the White House becomes a supernatural battleground for good versus evil. We just talked about last week about the sex. I can't remember what it was called, but there was another comic book movie that was a comic book turning into a TV show. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, another one. Jorge Lindenberg. I don't know who he is, but I've seen him in something. I don't know how to say his name.
He looks familiar.
He's taking over the role of Manny. Danny Ramirez had to leave because he's doing Avengers right now. But Last of Us season 3 is going to be taking over the Manny role. Joining a reboot of the Rockford Files, David Boreanaz, who has been in not a lot of stuff lately that I've watched, but he was Angel and Buffy, which I never watched.
Buffy, that's where he's from. Okay.
Been in a few movies. But yeah, Rockford Files, one of those procedural detective shows way back in the 70s, I believe that show came out. Greg Mazin, who was in charge of The Last of Us first 2 seasons, left that show, and is going to be coming back to HBO, though, for a Baldur's Gate 3 TV series. Baldur's Gate 3 is basically D&D. It is a D&D campaign brought to life in a video game. And he's going to be adapting it into a television show. Baldur's Gate is basically the gate to hell in the Dungeons and Dragons lore. So actually played a campaign a couple of years ago in going to hell, and you had to go through Baldur's Gate. So we'll have to wait and see. He did a great job with The Last of Us, so I'm sure he'll give it just as much attention. Speaking of giving it attention, Apple actually bought the rights to Severance, the entire series. I don't have any pictures for that. Acquired Severance. This summer is going to start season 3 production. And they're planning a 4-season run total, with possibilities of expanding the universe to other spin-offs and whatever. But the main story they're telling right now will be told in 4 seasons as of right now. Gonna start filming. Basically that's all I said right now. Speaking of Apple TV, a brand new movie starring Ryan Reynolds and Kenneth Branagh called Mayday, coming out September 4th to Apple TV. Apple TV had some sort of a preview thing came out, previewing some movies and television shows this year. This is the first thing they previewed. The other thing was Jonah Hill has a brand new film he did called Outcome. Stars Keanu Reeves, Cameron Diaz, Matt Boomer, and Martin Scorsese. It follows a famous actor who searches for a blackmailer who sent him an explosive video that would destroy his career. This is a movie that comes out on April 10th. If you've seen the pictures of this online, you've seen a picture of Jonah Hill. He looks weird because he's lost a ton of weight. He's got blonde hair in it, I believe. But it comes out in April. We'll talk about that. Also, brand new series coming out, a reboot of Cape Fear. Great movie from the 90s. That was a reboot as well from an earlier movie in the past. But Javier Bardem playing the lead. Amy Adams and what's his name from the Conjuring movies, and who played was Ocean Master from Aquaman, Patrick Wilson. So Cape Fear, love that movie with De Niro. So I'm sure we'll watch that series too. And also we got a brand new first look at John Cena in Mattel's Matchbox movie coming on Apple TV in October. I don't know how this movie is going to be any good. It's not Barbie. It's just cars. It's just It's like Fast and the Furious.
I was going to say, how are they, or like any of those movies, Fast and the Furious, that Need for Speed.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll probably be a lot of fun.
But it's got Jessica Biel, Sam Richardson, Tiana Paris, and Turo Castro. I don't know who that is, but yeah, October 9th comes out on Apple TV. Got a brand new poster for Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man, with Cillian Murphy and what's his name, Barry Coogan on the front. Looks awesome. Cannot wait for that. Lord of the Rings, the trilogy, coming out to 4DX for the very first time. We don't have any 4DX around here, but Regal is 4DX. That's basically it's basically a theme park ride in a movie theater. They're very awesome. The 4D movies are very cool. I wish we did have one close by, but I would definitely see all 3 of those movies in 4DX. But Baby Reindeer, talked a lot about it last year in The Star and how she was great in it. Jessica Gunning is going to be playing Mama Cass from Mamas and the Papas in a biopic. Mama Cass had an interesting story. She was where the world was obsessed with movie stars and good looks and everything. She did not give a shit. She was a big, heavyset woman from the 70s, 60s who was in the Mamas and the Papas. And the other thing is she was a single mother in the 60s, which was unheard of back then. And it's going to be a biopic all about her life and how she died very young. I think she was in her 30s, late 30s, early 40s. And the lady who played in Baby Reindeer, who did a great job in that movie or that TV series, is going to be playing in this biopic. So I cannot wait. She was great in that, and I think she'll be a great Mama Cass. Austin Butler going to be playing Lance Armstrong in a biopic. Don't have a picture of that, but yeah. Sam Raimi says that Rachel McAdams was underutilized in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, is why he cast her in Send Help.
She's very good in that movie. She's awesome in Send Help.
Kind of give her her own space to work, which is awesome. This is a picture I just had on there. Hungry Hippo horror movie coming out. Hungry Hippo. It looks like Jurassic Park, but with hippos. So there's the first look. There you go.
Yep. Sure does.
Announced this week. Jerry Bruckheimer revealed that F1 movie I still have not seen yet. Is going to be getting a sequel. It's officially in the works. I guess Apple TV is in charge of that. So keep an eye on that. Got brand new first look pictures of Highlander being filmed. We got Henry Cavill on set. We got Dave Bautista on set. Jeremy Irons. Cannot wait for this. This movie seems like it's been in production for a while, pre-production for a while, finally in production now. So yeah, cannot wait. Also got a brand new first look at Ty West's Christmas Carol with Johnny Depp playing Ebenezer Scrooge. This is him filming somewhere overseas, but it looks awesome. I'm like mixed on the Christmas Carol, everything Christmas Carol, because I only like the Muppet one. Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see. A24 officially acquired the rights of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Going to be making a TV series first. Glenn Powell is going to be producing it. And the guy who directed The Long Walk is going to be directing it. And the movie is also in the early stages of being developed as well. So the series probably going to be a prequel, I'm guessing.
Or they could just reboot it. The series could be a prequel, and then the reboot could be the new
leading up to the movie.
Is what I'm guessing. But I mean, just don't fuck it up, because we've had so many bad Texas Chainsaw movies, and we had some good ones. I highly like the first two remakes. Then you had the Alexandra Daddario one, which was fine. Then you had the Netflix one, which was less than fine. Plus the fucking 7 original movies, and after the first one, not a single one is good. Like there's that one with Matthew McConaughey before he was actually like famous.
Oh yeah. He won't even talk about that movie anymore. How bad it is.
He does spend the entire movie beating women.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, that movie was fucking trash.
Okay.
Second one's actually kind of fun, but it's fucking trash. The original one to me is the greatest horror movie, or one of the greatest horror movies of all time. Yeah. Because every time you watch it, even the 4K looks like shit. Like it looks like somebody smeared like Vaseline on the screen, and you feel so dirty after watching it. And to me, that's one of the greatest tricks to pull off in a horror movie. And like I said, even the 4K isn't even that much cleaned up. Like they kept it very gritty and grimy. I love that movie to death. Just don't fuck it up, buddy.
Speaking of horror movies, joining the cast of Mike Flanagan's Exorcist, it's already had Scarlett Johansson, Diane Lane. Joining the cast, Chiwetel
Ejiofor. I think Chiwetel.
Who was in 12 Years a Slave.
Chewie.
He's also
we'll just call him Chewie.
Ejiofor, who was in 12 Years a Slave. He was in Doctor Strange. Joined the cast, and Lawrence Fishburne joined the cast. So I'm very excited for that. Speaking of Mike Flanagan, he's in the early stages of doing The Mist, a movie for Warner Brothers, a remake of The Mist.
Get this, the movie came out in like 2007, and
that was a remake, right?
It was from Stephen's book. I don't think it was a remake because they did a TV series in 2018, but in 2007, I think it might have been a remake. I can't remember. But Stephen King said that they made changes to it, and those changes only helped improve his story. So I don't know what they're doing with it this time. Maybe it's going to be like a more faithful adaptation. I don't know. But Stephen King loved the fact they completely changed the ending of his book and said it was for the better. So I don't know.
Mike Flanagan being in charge of it. I mean, of course, he's doing Carrie now. So yeah, I have faith too. Universal officially dated The Mummy 4 with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz reprising their roles for May 19th of 2028, just a little bit over 2 years from now. Radio Silence, the directors there, who did Ready or Not 2, are going to be directing it. Plot details and other casting is being kept under wraps for now. But just a little over 2 years, we'll be getting a new Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser and then Rachel Weisz. So that's cool. Coming out next week, which we're going to be talking about next week, because I haven't seen Kill Bill since it first came out. Bloody Affair comes out on Tuesday. The full Kill Bill story combined into one movie. I'm going to try to watch it before next week's podcast and talk about it, because I've been meaning to watch this movie for a while. And I think it's the perfect time to do it. Comes out on Tuesday, if anybody wants to watch that on digital. And Mario Galaxy coming out with some new snacks, some new cookies, some new Lucky Charms, some tricks.
I'm going to get those tricks. I love tricks.
I love tricks too. And a little bit more information. We announced in the last episode of the WWE 2K26 and what these games are going to include. Kevin, you already pre-ordered the Monday Night War edition, correct?
Yes.
For $158, which is fucking crazy for these games.
It is.
But you do get a lot of characters that you don't get, like the regular edition with CM Punk on the cover. You do get the Joe Henry bonus, pre-order bonus, and that's basically all you get. For the King of Kings edition, the next version up is $100. You get everything. Plus, you get some virtual currency. You get Triple H's 1998, Stephanie McMahon from 2000. You get the signature taunt, which is basically the suck it taunt. And for the Attitude Era edition, that's where you start getting more characters. You get Stone Cold Steve Austin. You get The Rock. You get Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Chyna, Undertaker, Kane, Trish, Lita. So you get all of these characters. And you have to have the $129 edition to get them. And it also comes with a season pass, including the first 4 seasons. It also comes with The Rock in 1999, some other ones too.
Yeah.
But the big edition that you got, 150 edition, not only comes with all that other stuff, but it comes with the WCW roster. It comes with Hollywood Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Goldberg, Booker T, Eric Bischoff. No Sting, unfortunately, because he's got to deal with AEW. But comes with some other stuff. Comes with Shawn Michaels DX, Macho Man Randy Savage 98, Roddy Piper 98. Comes with WCW Thunder, Diamond Dallas Page. Comes with a whole bunch of stuff. So
it'll be fun. It's weird that I did, because I barely play with anyone else except for my created characters. But I think it would be fun to do like 2 separate universes, one with like current guys and one with like the old WCW guys, and maybe mix in like some guys that are currently on the roster that I think would fit in like ECW, which would be like CM Punk, Joe Hendry, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, the CM Punk, the whole story of the game is going to be CM Punk's story. Is basically the story mode where you play throughout his career,
which is another reason why I can't wait for it. Yeah. Looking forward to it. Yeah, I'll give a review, I guess, when I get back from Florida, because it comes out while I'll be in Florida. Okay.
Got some video game news. We're going to talk about Meta Quest. Don't know anything about Meta. Don't own a Meta. Don't own VR. Besides, I have PS VR back in the day, but I don't have it. I don't use it anymore. But there's a new Meta Quest, Meta, which is Facebook, their VR, where you get to go through a haunted house. But the haunted house is your own house that you live in. It takes your house and adds ghosts into it, and they chase you throughout your living room, your house, your kitchen, whatever. It moves through your real home. Looks awesome. There's a little clip of it in the VR. I saw a video that I wanted to mention. Jason Momoa, I never heard of these games ever.
Oh, really? I play Helldivers with my buddy. It's fun.
Okay.
I know Jason Momoa's going to be but it's fun.
He's going to be starring in a movie, Jason Momoa. Don't know anything about it. I don't have a picture yet, but
Save democracy, bro.
yesterday was the PlayStation State of Play. And they announced some games. They showed some new pictures of Galactic Racer, the Star
Racer
Wars.
looks pretty dope.
Yeah, it's a pod racing game. First Light looks awesome. The new
does.
James Bond game looks awesome. And they announced a new John Wick game. Looks really cool as well. And the God of War trilogy, they're gonna remake it too for the newer consoles. Cannot wait to see some of these and see how they turn out. I don't play a lot of video games anymore. I want to, but it takes a lot of time to get into it. Scream 7 full into promotion. We got some standees, theater standees. They're a big knife with the ghost face on it. We got popcorn buckets up the wazoo. They have so many different popcorn buckets for this movie. It's ridiculous. They have Ghostface going through a door with there's a popcorn bucket, and Ghostface head popcorn bucket. Exclusively at Regal, they're gonna have a ghost pepper popcorn.
Oh yes. I am.
So I mentioned that because I know you'll do that.
Getting that when we go. If you go, I will be going opening night.
Exclusive to AMC theaters, which sucks, are these awesome comic book covers of the very first issues of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, showcase with Flash.
Bought some when I was down in Pennsylvania because we went to an AMC and I saw them, and they are sexy as fuck.
Yeah, they look like they'd be shelf worthy.
Yeah,
but they look awesome. They got all the original covers of all those.
Hopefully, they still have them when I go down in a month. I'll grab one or two.
Yeah,
if they do.
Yeah, $21 a piece. So just be warned.
Yeah.
Let's get into some swag.
Swag. Stuff we all get.
Come on, son. You know that's right.
I love these Mondo figures, and they finished out the Mondo figures for the animated series of X-Men 97 with the Beast.
Yep.
And you see all the characters that they've come out with so far, that all the members of the X-Men together. These Mondo figures are just the way they did the shadowing, the way they do, they look awesome. The animated series for X-Men, Spider-Man, they all look awesome. Also, this looks awesome. Another Mondo figure for Superman, the animated series from the 90s. Looks awesome. Comes with the Mr. McSixaplex too. It just looks awesome. Supergirl. Last year, Superman Day was in April. And this year, April 18th, Superman Day is going to be taken over, and it's going to become Supergirl Day. Of course, promotion for Supergirl films. So chances are we'll probably get another trailer or some more promotion during that time. Maybe magazine, new picture, first pictures, first looks, whatever. DC Studios Clayface has been delayed a month and a half, from April 11th to October 23rd of this year.
So
gonna fine tune that movie a little bit.
I wonder if I'm trying to think. So that's either we should be closed. I think that's the first Friday I will not be working.
Okay.
So I'm excited. Hopefully it doesn't get moved like Mortal Kombat 2 did, because I was looking forward to watching that as my first post-work movie, and it got moved like 8 months.
It'll be your last movie you'll see before you go back to work. Does that come out in April?
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat,
yeah.
Wow.
Well,
that's weird.
Something comes out the weekend that we just talked about too. But yeah, that'll be one of the last ones.
James Gunn posted a picture of Swamp Thing.
Good.
Holding flowers. People are speculating that it's going to be jumping back into production or pre-production.
The director has been talking about it too. Recently, so and what he plans to do with the character, how it's going to be part of the DCU, but not connected to the DCU. It's going to be like its own thing for now. They can eventually bring Swamp Thing back, obviously for Justice League Dark or whatever. But I can't wait.
Alex Ross, talk a lot about him on the podcast. I love his art. Coming out with a brand new 112-page graphic novel. Comes out in, I believe, the end of the year. It's going to be a tour of classic Marvel Universe, and it's going to explore something more massive. It could introduce 200 new variants of characters. There's the cover art for it there. He just came back to Marvel for the first time in like 20 years doing the Full Circle Fantastic Four comic. This is him doing the whole entire Marvel run. It looks like variants. It looks like different characters. Looks awesome. I already pre-ordered it on Amazon.
Nice.
So it was only $30 to pre-order the hardcover. That's not bad. So, got a brand new picture of some looks like promotion for a T-shirt or something of Dr. Doom from Doomsday. I believe this is true. I've seen some pictures of it out in the wild as well, so we'll have to wait and see. Captain America: Brave New World was supposed to have Amadeus Cho. Amadeus Cho is one of the newer Hulks in comic books. He's going to be played by Podcast from the Ghostbusters new Afterlife movies, Logan Kim. And it was supposed to debut in Captain America, and the post-credit scene originally featured him and Sam in the leader discussing how the leader turned Cho into a Hulk. But it was deleted. I'm not sure if he actually filmed the role, but yeah, I don't know. And finally in news, some Spider-Man stuff leaked. A backpack with Spider-Man, but in the background of it, you see Hulk and a silhouette of Hulk. You see a silhouette of the villain Boomerang, and you see the first glimpse of Scorpion. Very shadow looking figures, very grainy. You can't really tell who they are, but that's who they are. Yeah, that's it. That's it for news. Hopefully we get a trailer for Spider-Man sooner rather than later. But
agreed.
Next week we'll talk about Night of the Seven Kingdoms episode 5. We'll talk about Shrinking episode 4. Came out in movie theaters today. I do want to see it, but I'm probably not going to go to the theaters. But have fun. Have good luck. Have fun. Don't die.
Yes.
Getting a lot of praise. I do want to see it.
Me too.
Comes out in theaters next week. How to Make a Killing with Glenn Powell and Billy Preston. That's the Way God Planned It. You're gonna watch those when they come out on streaming. But next week, the big thing I'm going to talk about probably is Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair. Nothing else really to watch. Now that I've done with Saul, I'm rewatching Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad now nightly. So I'm gonna try to keep it light for a little while until I catch up on a couple seasons of that. But yeah, next week we'll talk about Kill Bill. Get into Tarantino a little bit. Thank you, everybody. Great to be back after a couple weeks off. We'll talk to you next week. Peace.
Peace.
We're the Geek Blurb crew, here to enlighten you. Talking all things geeky, from movies to wrestling to our podcast is the place where you wanna be for all the latest news and nostalgia from the 80s and 90s. We review comic book flicks and sci-fi hits, riding the wave of action movies with all the cool bits. From Iron Man to Star Wars, we cover it all. And when it comes to wrestling, we never drop the ball. Geek Blurb, we're the kings of the nerds, rating movies and pineapples, our opinions never blurred. Join us each week for a geeky chat with the latest scoop and a dose of nostalgia that. So if you're a fan of the comic book craze, or a lover of sci-fi and all its maze, tune in to Geek Blurb. We're here to entertain, bringing you the best in geekdom. It's our domain.